In May of 2017, something invisible began moving across the world. It didn't arrive with explosions. It didn't make noise. There were no warnings. One moment, everything worked. The next, it didn't. Computer screens went black. Files vanished. And a single message appeared: "Your data has been encrypted." Hospitals lost access to patient records. Banks froze transactions. Airports lost critical systems. This wasn't a glitch. This was a global digital outbreak. And for a brief moment, the modern world was reminded of something uncomfortable: that everything we depend on runs on code. The day the systems failed. The attack was called WannaCry, a form of ransomware designed not just to infect computers, but to spread by itself. No emails, no fake links, no human mistakes. It moved automatically, from one system to the next, from one country to another. In under 24 hours, more than 200,000 computers were locked across 150 countries. In the UK, hospitals were hit the hardest. Doctors were locked out of life-saving machines. Surgeries were cancelled. Ambulances were diverted because hospitals couldn't safely operate. Patients weren't just losing files, they were losing time. And in medicine, time is everything. What made WannaCry truly terrifying wasn't its speed, it was its origin. The exploit it used wasn't created by criminals, it was created by the NSA. The US government had discovered a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows, a weakness so powerful it allowed total access to millions of computers. Instead of fixing it, they kept it, stockpiled it, turned it into a digital weapon. Years later, that weapon leaked. Once it hit the internet, it no longer belonged to governments. It belonged to anyone. And WannaCry was proof of what happens when secret tools meet public networks. As governments scrambled and corporations shut down systems, one person was doing something very different. He wasn't in a control room. He wasn't in a war room. He was sitting at home, a 22-year-old security researcher known online as malware tech. Not famous, not powerful, just curious. He wasn't trying to stop the attack. He was trying to understand it. Because that's what real researchers do. They observe first. And while dissecting the malware's code, he noticed something that didn't make sense. Buried inside the virus was a web address. Long, random, unregistered. The malware would attempt to contact it before activating. If the site didn't exist, the virus continued. If it did, the virus stopped. It didn't look important, but it was strange, and in cybersecurity, strange is never accidental. So he did something simple, almost boring. He bought the domain. The moment everything changed, the moment the domain went live, something happened. New infections stopped appearing. Not slowly, instantly. Hospitals stabilized. Systems stopped locking. The virus lost its momentum. Without meaning to, he had activated a global kill switch. No announcement, no dramatic countdown. Just a quiet end to a digital disaster. Why would malware include a way to shut itself down? There are theories. Some believe the creators feared the virus spreading too far, drawing attention too quickly. Others believe it was designed to detect research environments. Either way, they never expected someone to find it so fast. And they never expected curiosity to be the thing that stopped them. Malware tech didn't walk away as a celebrated hero. Months later, he was arrested in the US for unrelated hacking charges tied to his past. In cybersecurity, the line between criminal and protector is thin. Sometimes it's the same person, at different moments in time. But what can't be denied is this: his action prevented billions in damage, and possibly saved lives. WannaCry exposed something deeper than a security flaw. It showed how fragile our systems are, how much power sits inside invisible code, and how the people who protect the world don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes, they're just curious enough to ask a question no one else noticed. The world wasn't saved by force. It was saved by attention.
Artlist.io.
And that might be the most unsettling truth of all.